All right, and the copper cell update. Matt G, I gotta say, man, I was thinking about your idea of lowering the voltage, and man, I really need to exercise patience instead of trying to just pump out the crystals. So you can see in the back, see these crystals in the back, they're like 2 or 3 inches large now. And we're gonna go low and slow and try and grow the biggest crystals we can through the voltage. Currently I'm running about, I think it's 1.1. Yeah, it's 1.01. So it's 1/100th of a volt. And I'm running 2.2 amps. And man, that's about 2 watts. Okay. So we're running 2 watts through here. And man, I'm consuming the silver just as fast. And I think that's due to the volume of the silver crystals in there now. The face value, or I guess what I'm trying to say is the mass has grown and the volume has grown. So we're going through the silver just as fast. And I'm probably going to have to refresh, and I might have to use some sterling silver to refresh. The solution's still viable, I think. And we're going to dose with some nitric, just a couple of eye drops, to free up some of the nitrogen or nitrogen ions to help with that silver transfer. And so that's what we have, man. It's coming along, man. I think this is like 25 or 26 days of the solution in operation. So it's not too bad. And I'm going to give you a top view of the basket. See the bars in there? There's some sterling silver bars from a couple of videos ago. And that anode, it's still conducting pretty well. I probably might need to do the bar a little different and drop that piece of silver in there with a better anode bar, but we'll address that in a few weeks. Anyway, man, we're going to keep going with this and see what we can come up with. So, welcome back. This here is my container. It's a waste container that has, you can see here, that's my chlorides, right? This is from silver processing, like rinse waters, and when I rinse out the copper part of the recovery from some cementation and other things, that's a little bit of dilute copper nitrate, and like I said, I put my silver chloride in here. So I need to reduce the volume and cement the copper out with iron. So that's going to be part of our project this weekend, and I've got to really catch up on some of my waste. The papers, the filters, and just I got to really tighten it up because I'm backed up. Also, we're going to go over some of the gold recovery from using hydrochloric acid and bleach, and you just give me a moment and I'll show you that. All right, part 2 of today's video. This is some computer scrap that had gold fingers on it, and there's some sockets and some other low gold content that I had used hydrochloric acid and bleach to remove the gold. Now I'll take some of that copper rinse water that I was just looking at, that copper nitrate, dilute copper nitrate, and use this to rinse out. There's some small gold that I missed, and I might recover that in the filter and just throw it in my filter papers just to get everything, but I think I've gotten most of it. You could see the sockets and some stuff that had gold foil on it, but that's relatively pretty clean, Like, I'm seeing a few specks that I guess I didn't get, or maybe it's not gold, But anyway, we're going to rinse with that copper nitrate water you saw in that 5-gallon carboy. Maybe 7, I don't know. I have to figure that volume out. But anyway, this was some scrap that we had worked on recovering the gold from. We're going to either boil this down. I'm going to do a Stannis test first. Boil it down, reduce it, and I'll probably have to filter out that mess right there. Throw it in the filter papers, and either cement the values out because I feel like there's silver in here also. So I'll use copper pipe to cement out the silver, the gold, and other PMGs, and then re-refine. Because I feel like there's going to be some tin in here, and there's probably some steel in here, and some copper, obviously. Some mixed metal mixture, right? Say that a couple of times. So I think the best thing to do would be to cement that out in copper. recover the values and re-refine. Anyway, that's it. So I put some iron here to cement out the copper, and later, after the copper cementation, we will be treating it further as the waste process. And I like to use lye, and we'll try and get that pH to like a 7 and then dispose of it properly. All right, good morning. This was the copper nitrate we are recovering the copper from. It's part of our waste treatment. You can see the copper's got a little on the top here. The solution's no longer blue. And we'll let that stuff fall down, and I'll decant it off. But that's what we have. We're gonna clean it up and process it to dispose of. Welcome back to my channel. I'm neglecting my refining duties because I have so much household stuff to do. But check out the layers here. This is where I put some copper pipe in the e-waste that I had used hydrochloric acid and bleach to dissolve the sockets and CPU rubbish that had gold in it, but I didn't feel like putting it in P or nitric, so I used bleach and hydrochloric acid, and I'm just cementing out the values. This here will run that filter through nitric and then maybe some aqua regia, but I thought that was kind of neat how it did that. Anyway, that's the update. I'm a little behind on refining, I'm not gonna lie with that. Had to rebuild that starter, and I'm just behind, man. Life's got me today. The silver cell, on the other hand, is still cranking along, and I have some copper nitrate I'm boiling down for the next little experiment, but man, I'm not gonna lie, I'm beat today. So this is what you get. Silver cell still cranking out silver. I'm a little worried about that solution. I don't know what that is yet. Thought it may have been a little bit of palladium, but we're gonna see. I hope it's not chromium from the stainless steel wire ties I used. I'm gonna melt it. We'll make a little bar and then XRF it at work and see what it is. But man, it's coming along. I think it's coming along real nice. Matt, I did drop the voltage down to 1 volt, and we're barely running like half an amp. It's like 0.4 amps. We're going low and slow. I might put another bar in there, and let's see how it goes. But they're really looking nice, man. I wish you could see, but see how it's got a little broccoli-like there on the bottom, and those crystals on the backside are like 2.5 to 3 inches long. Anyway, thanks guys. Get ready to work on Monday.